Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. This review is for the Baddies East Auditions Part 2. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Let's just get right into it because this Part 2 of the auditions was a hot mess. I did not enjoy Part 1 or Part 2 of the Baddies East auditions because I just felt like it was completely unorganized. I mean, they had all the girls piled up in one room in Part 1, and then they had like this metal barrier that was blocking them from where the judges were sitting at, and they would bring up a bunch of girls at a time. Like, how are you supposed to know who should make it to the next round if you bring up a bunch of girls at a time and they're all talking at the same time? I feel like some of the girls who probably should have made it to the next round didn't because the judges weren't paying attention to them, because there was always one or two girls who would be the loudest out of the group, and so those are the girls who ended up making it to the next round. Now, I felt like Part 1 of the auditions was crazy because at the end of the day, the judges were being really rude to the girls who came up there to audition, and now I can understand why the girls who audition try to fight the judges, because the judges are extremely disrespectful to them. I mean, they act like total bullies. Your job is not to bully the girls who are trying to make it on the same show as you. Your job is to try to figure out who would be the best fit, and I just feel like they weren't doing that. Then on top of that, the judges in Part 1 kept arguing with each other. I mean, Lo and Rolly kept arguing with Biggie throughout Part 1 of the auditions. And then at one point, Rolly got up and she was yelling in Biggie's face, treating her like she was a child. And I'm not a fan of Biggie at all, but I did not like the way that Rolly was acting. I mean, Rolly had a bad attitude the entire Part 1 of the auditions. And then at one point, she ended up getting up and leaving because she said that the process was taking too long and she didn't want to sit there anymore. At the very beginning of Part 2 of the Baddies East auditions, Biggie actually let a girl move on to the next round because she said that she sold her body sometimes, and I was confused by that because it's like, why are girls who are on there saying that they sell their body, or they're scammers, or they're criminals, or they like to fight a lot, or they bust down and do splits and twerk and be a loudmouth and want to fight? Why are those girls all getting to move on to the next round? But if a girl comes on there and she says that she has a job or a career or a business, or she has a college degree, she's getting told that she would not be a good fit for the show, and they would basically say next to her. That was really shady to me, and it makes me feel like they don't want girls like that to be on the show because they don't want them to outshine them. That just didn't make any sense to me because Natalie, who's the person who created the show, actually has a college degree that she got right before she went on Bad Girls Club Season 4. And she was actually the star of that season, whether you like her or not. And so I was confused as to why they were saying that girls with a good head on their shoulders wouldn't be good for the show. That didn't make any sense to me, and it was kind of shady. Now, the judges for Part 2 of the Baddies East auditions was Natalie, Tokyo Toni, Ruby Rose, Chrisean Rock, and Black China. And I felt like Ruby was the only person who was being a judge the right way, the way that you're supposed to be a judge, because she wasn't saying yes to people because they were acting like a fool. She was saying yes to people for good reasons, people who actually came up and spoke about who they were, people who came and they looked really presentable, they were dressed nice, they were really pretty. Those are the girls that she wanted to let through. And when she let one girl through because she handled herself well when one of the girls attacked her, Chrisean Rock got mad at Ruby Rose and told her that this is not a beauty pageant, so why would you give her a go to the next round because she didn't really fight back against the girl who came and smacked her. That was weird to me because this show's not supposed to be all about fighting, but yet Chrisean was making it seem like that all throughout the auditions. I mean, yes, being able to fight is something that's important for the show because you are going to have to fight at some point, but I don't think you should be all about fighting. I feel like if somebody tries you, then yeah, you should be able to fight, but I don't think that you should be picking people only because they're in the auditions fist fighting people for no reason. That was weird to me, and Natalie, Chrisean, and Tokyo Toni were making people fight during this audition process, which was weird to me. They were saying, why don't you go smack somebody in here, or which girl in here would you fight? And then the girls would go up and smack another girl, and then the two of them would start fighting, and then they would give 2 tickets to the girls who started fighting. That was weird. Like, that was really, really weird. And Tokyo Toni is way too old for all of this. I don't understand why they even made her be a judge. She was a little bit entertaining during this audition process, but she was a little bit too old to be doing what she was doing because she was making the girls get down and do push-ups to make it to the next round. She was making them do twerk contests. And then Tokyo Toni was getting up, bending over, twerking her damn self. And it was just way too much for me. At one point, they made the girls get down and do some push-ups, and two of the girls weren't really doing the push-ups, and so they didn't make it to the next round, and one of the girls was going off about it because she didn't understand what doing push-ups had to do with being a baddie. And I agree with her. I don't understand why they were picking the people that they were picking. It was for stupid reasons. I feel like the only person who was picking people who should have made it to the next round was Ruby, and honestly, I feel like she's above this, to be honest with you. I don't feel like Ruby should have been a judge because I just felt like she was the only one there that was acting the right way. She was being the way a judge is supposed to be. She wasn't being rude, mean, or nasty to the girls who came to audition, and it seemed like she really wanted to hear what the girls had to say. I was so confused as to why Mariah Lynn was at the audition because it's like, girl, you were on a few seasons of Love and Hip Hop. Why are you doing the audition for Baddies? First of all, she doesn't have to audition to be on the show. I feel like if you already have a following, I don't feel like you really have to do the audition process. And Mariah Lynn has been on a lot of reality TV shows, so I just didn't understand why she was there auditioning. And then on top of that, it's like, girl, why do you want to be on the show for? Like, it was just weird seeing Mariah Lynn there. But they definitely gave her a ticket to the next round, and I honestly feel like she probably will be on the next season because she's already known and she has a following. We know Natalie and Zeus like to take people who already have a following and put them on the show. Then Wop Wop, I think that she is going to be on the next season of Baddies East because she was also on One More Chance, and I feel like they're definitely going to put her through because she also has a following. The weirdest thing was that Chrisean's sister ended up walking in and she was wanting to fight Chrisean, and that's weird to me because number one, that's your sister, and number two, she's pregnant, so why would you try to fight somebody that's pregnant? But Chrisean did say at the beginning of the audition that she wanted one of the girls to try her. It just happened to be her sister who wanted to try her. Now, Chrisean did not get up out of the seat, and I don't recommend her get up out of the seat because she's pregnant. I don't know if she didn't get up and fight because she was pregnant or because she's scared of her sister, but I did think that it was really distasteful that her sister was trying to fight her on TV. Like, that's weird to me. I feel like her sister must be really jealous of her, and that's the reason why she's trying to be in the spotlight too, but she's going about it all the wrong way. Now, there was a girl who came up there to audition, and she was on South Central Baddies with Chrisean, and I guess they had an issue when they were on that show. And this girl actually tried to audition for last season of the show, but they told her no because they had loyalty to Chrisean. And so when she came there to audition this time, everybody said no because they felt like Chrisean wouldn't want her on the show, and they were right because Chrisean said that she didn't like her and she didn't want her to be on the show. And so at first, Natalie said next. Then this girl went and apologized to Chrisean, and then Natalie gave her a ticket. Now, Chrisean was not happy about this because she said that Natalie wouldn't let her sister go through, but she let this girl go through. And so I feel like Natalie should let this girl on the show because I'm interested to see what happens when her and Chrisean are together again. Now, during the auditions, Natalie tried to compare Baddies to Bad Girls Club, and I really don't think it compares because when you're watching an episode of Baddies, if there's not a fight in that episode, it's not entertaining. For Bad Girls Club, if there's not a fight in an episode, the episode was still entertaining, okay? We don't just watch Bad Girls Club because of the fights. We watch it for everything that goes with it. We watch it for them going on their trip. We watch it to see them at the club, them have a good time with each other. We watch it to see the friendships, the betrayal, the fights, everything that goes with it, okay? So I just really don't think the show compares, only because they are living in a house together and, you know, she puts some bad girls on the show. I still don't necessarily feel like it compares to Bad Girls Club. So those are my thoughts on part 2 of the Baddies East auditions. Let me know what you guys thought about these auditions down in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.